سهلا إلا ما جعلته سهلا وأنت تجعل الحزن إذا شئت سهلا رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. بسم الله. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I hope you guys had a wonderful Eid. I know, alhamdulillah, I did. With the blessing of Allah SWT, I got to spend time with my family, and that's always like the greatest blessing, and it's a reboot of all the things that we appreciate in life, and now we're back to reality, and I couldn't be more grateful for, you know, even reality, the life that Allah SWT blessed me with. Alhamdulillah. Take advantage of my kindness. Like, I'm kind to you. So why do you take advantage? How come you can't apologize to me? Just because you know that I'm going to apologize to you. And it really does bother me. But, you know, I think at the end of the day, you always, when Allah SWT does something, and there's always a hikmah behind something. There's always a purpose. And so you have to ask yourself, why is Allah SWT doing this? Why is He testing you like this? And you know, I think Allah SWT, He's subhanallah, and I'm so grateful to this, but He's allowing me to apologize. And I'm like, to me, it's like zara something fi qalbi that allows me to have the compassion to say I'm sorry. Saying I'm sorry is one of the most difficult things you will have to do in your lifetime. I really think so. I really think saying sorry is a very, very difficult thing. And you have to overcome a lot of pride and a lot of ego to be able to say I'm sorry. And I didn't know this because I honestly say it a lot, but very few people actually say sorry. And I think when you encounter people, I think people that are able to apologize are people that you want to keep close. They're people that are good. They're people that have goodness in their heart. They're people that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, with His hikmah, zara something fi qalbu, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala zara rahmah bi qalbun. He implanted a seed of mercy in their hearts. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is guiding those people to you. You might think that's overthinking it, but I think that people that can apologize, I just find that they're very, very few in number, and you have to take them and appreciate them. And, you know, they deserve the apology too, but honestly, when they apologize, it's the greatest blessing for them from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When someone else is able to apologize, they're having this strong sila with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and they know why they're doing it, and they know who they're doing it for, and they know who they're returning to. And they're like, you know, I'm sorry, you know. And speaking of apologizing, I think we all need to get that on our tongues. We all need to learn how to say I'm sorry. Of course, I'm not talking about like the mundane sorries for every little thing and whatever, but you know what I'm saying. Like, if there's something that happened between two people and you were wrong, you should be able to apologize. And you know, subhanahu wa ta'ala, you know, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He's the most merciful. He's Ar-Rahman and Ar-Rahim. So you can imagine when you're apologizing, you're seeking that mercy, and that just allows for so much barakah to come to you. And you know, when you're able to say I'm sorry, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is blessing you with more barakah, and He's blessing you with His mercy. You're asking for someone else's mercy, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is implanting His mercy onto you. How beautiful is that? So just be able to just bring yourself from that element of pride and stand before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and know that you are His servant and you are His abd, and that He is your Lord, and that khalas, you're humble. Humble yourself before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And if you're able to do that, then you can humble yourself in front of other people. And when you do apologize, it's between you and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So you're not necessarily, it's like I said in my previous video about gratitude, you're not necessarily going to get this symphony and this orchestra of like, oh, she apologized to me and she's this great person and she's this and she's that. You're not necessarily going to get that. Sometimes you might even get a cold shoulder. Sometimes you might even get like a that, you know, you're not always going to get that what's in your expectation. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows what's in your heart. And you know, at the end of the day, that's who you're doing it for. With that being said, that doesn't mean that you just apologize. You should mean it. You should really be able to not always see yourself as a victim in every single situation. And you should be able to humble yourself to know that you make mistakes. And that sometimes you have to acknowledge those mistakes. And when you're able, there's just so much, I say this a lot, but there's just so much barakah in just having that salah with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In having that compassion and having that mercy. So, somebody told me this, like this past vacation, I went to visit my parents, and my mom runs a summer camp, so one of the teachers there, I just spent a few days there, and I took my kids, and you know, and so one of the ladies, she doesn't know me that well, and she told me something, and I just thought this was like, it was the greatest compliment I'd ever received in my life, and I don't think she meant it as a compliment. I'm not sure how she meant it, because I don't know her well enough to know like what she meant, but I know how I took it. And she said, and we were talking about like aging, and I was telling her that I want to be one of those people that in my 50s I'm gonna like still look how I look right now, you know, like young and youthful, and like I want to look the same. And honestly, I thought we were having a superficial conversation. Until she threw a curveball at me and she told me, you are going to be the same. And I said, you know, inshallah, I hope so. And I was like really excited when she said that. And she said, I just feel like your heart is so young. She's like, I feel like you have such a childish heart. She said, I feel like little things make you so happy. And I just that couldn't be more true. Alhamdulillah, little things make me like so excited, like just little things. I hope it's true what she said, but I don't know. Inshallah, I don't know. Like, so I feel like this person, they came from Allah. I'm not joking, and they told me this thing, and it just made me so appreciative of sometimes when I think about things and I'm able to reflect. It just made me appreciate. I don't know how I connected that. Maybe it has nothing to do with it. Maybe it has everything. I really don't know. But I don't believe in coincidences, and I believe that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allowed me to meet this person, and this person was supposed to tell me this when she told me, and you know, that makes me, it just made me so happy. Another thing that someone told me, this is kind of random, by the way, so I'm really sorry about going off topic, but you know, maybe you need, like, your brain needs to de-stress and decompress. But I was at a relative's wedding, and, like, you know, I don't have that many followers. You know, I don't have that many, like, I have 8 subscribers, you know? So, like, I don't have that many. So I would never imagine that at a public event somebody would be like, oh, are you Rula? I'm subscribed to your video. And somebody did that. And I can't tell you the joy that it gave me. And she was just like, you know, you should keep making your videos and blah, blah, blah. And I was so happy. And this girl is not just a random person that I ran into. She's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's gift to me. This girl is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's gift to me. Because I really, you know, you're never sure. You're never sure, especially if you're not getting feedback and nobody's actually telling you that you're doing it right. So you're just like, I never know, but I'm just like, you know, I'm just going to do what I can. And, you know, if Allah SWT blesses me with connecting to anyone, then so be it. And if not, then I'm connecting with myself. So it's all a win-win. And, yeah, this girl, she's like, she meant so much to me. I'm not sure. I think her name was like, I'm not sure. I think her name was Yara, but I don't remember for sure. But she was just the sweetest person ever. And I was telling my husband, and it was like in the middle of the wedding, and even my husband, who, by the way, like, before every video, I watch it with him, and I get his feedback and whatever. And I was like, Majid, this girl is from Allah. Oh my God, min wain ijat hay kaza. And I'm like, and I was so happy, and I was like smiling this whole time about her. And Majid's like, this girl, it came from Allah, not to tell you that you're good, but to tell you that your husband's right, so you should listen to your husband. And there was no part of him that was joking. He was like, I've been telling you I like your videos, and I've been listening to them, and, you know, you should listen to your husband. And I'm like, I know, but you're supposed to tell me those things. Like, I need to. Anyway. So, guys, I know this video is very short, you know, compared to how I usually make them, but I can't tell you enough how, first of all, I want you to think about things. I want you to be able to try to connect Allah SWT compassion with just things that happen. There is just compassion behind it. Sometimes if you just stop to wonder what's going on, you know, we need to be able to understand why. And the reason why I say that is because when Allah SWT is asking you to apologize to someone else, is because He's asking you to have compassion. He's compassion fi qalbkum. He's allowing you to grow as a muttaq. He's allowing you to grow to become a better person, a better person before Him. He's preparing you for Him. So when you're being when you feel like you're being trialed, and I feel like I'm saying that wrong. Like when you feel like you're being tried, right? Anyway, like when you feel like you're being tested, and you feel like, what's going on? Like, it's not fair. Like, everybody, like, why do I always have to apologize? Why do I always have to get hurt? Why am I always this? Don't feel sorry for yourself. Because that's not the point. The point is for you to think about it and be like, that's true. Why? Right, why? And every single view, Wallah al-Azim. And I really hope that you can just take one iota, the smallest thing, and use it. And that's all I ask. Just a tiny thing. Except for my ridiculous humor. That's just... I'm probably the only one that laughs at me, by the way. That's okay. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thanks for watching.